This is CBS News Up to the Minute.
Soldiers exposed to a deadly chemical say the government contractor knew and sent them anyway. Our exclusive investigation tonight on the CBS Evening News. CBS News. Experience you can trust.
I was told I had to wait in a 5-hour line just to get on standby.
Extreme weather. Holiday travelers stranded as winter brings record snow and frigid temperatures. Plane probe. The black box is recovered from a fiery runway accident in Denver. And towering giants. The defending Super Bowl champs wrap up home field advantage for the playoffs. This is the CBS Morning News for Monday, December 22nd, 2008.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle Geelan. The first full day of winter brings more extreme weather to the northern half of the country. In the Northwest, there's record snow in Seattle, frozen tundra around the Great Lakes, and bitter cold in the Northeast. And it's making travel a mess this morning. Alexis Christoforous reports.
Metal will scrape pavement across the country as snowplow drivers work overtime. From Washington State to Maine, winter has officially arrived with a vengeance.
Been out for 24 hours just plowing. One call after another. Phone never stopped ringing.
That around-the-clock thing goes for utility workers, too. Weekend storms knocked out power to tens of thousands in the nation's northern half, and gusty winds in the Midwest made the temperature feel like 30 below. Parts of Iowa, Illinois, and Maine are under blizzard warnings, and up to 2 feet of snow is expected to fall in New England overnight. Forecasters are urging motorists to stay home. Treacherous conditions led to a 30-car pileup in Michigan. Those looking to escape above the storm clouds will get nowhere fast. The nation's airports have reported flight delays and cancellations, leaving thousands trying to get to their holiday destinations stranded.
I was told I had to wait in a 5-hour line just to get on standby.
Every corner, nook, cranny, every chair had people on it, people all over the floor.
Well, everything's been canceled. Checked our bags in and turned around, they canceled all the flights. So we aren't getting out. Earliest was December 25th, Christmas Day in the evening.
But nothing kept die-hard Patriot fans from their game Sunday. The Patriots thanked them with an infamous snow angel in the end zone.
Watch out below!
And while it's expected that there's sledding in New York, sledding in Arizona is a bit more unusual.
Yeah, it does. It feels like Christmas.
Another storm will slide into Arizona, adding to what promises to be a slippery Monday morning commute from coast to coast. Alexis Christoforous, CBS News, New York.
In Denver, the flight and data recorders have been recovered from the wreckage of a Continental Airlines jet that veered off the runway over the weekend. Federal investigators are trying to determine what caused the accident that injured 38 people. Rick Salinger of our Denver station, KCNC, reports.
NTSB investigators will interview the Continental flight crew and passengers, examine the windy weather, and follow the very visible skid marks. They are seeking clues as to why Flight 1404 came to a jolting and fiery end Saturday night en route from Denver to Houston.
We are here for one and only reason, that is to find out what happened so that we can keep it from happening again.
During the takeoff, the plane veered off the runway, skidding to a rest in a 40-foot deep ravine.
We went off into what felt like a little bit of a rough patch, took a little bump up, took flight for a few moments, hit the ground again, bumped again, and then the engine on what was the right side of the plane seemed to just blow up.
Gabriel Trejos was on board with his infant son.
On my side of the plane, I could see the engine. I noticed it was on fire. I could feel the heat coming from the window.
The resulting fire scorched most of the right side of the Boeing 737-500, and an engine was disconnected from its wing. The fuselage cracked and the interior burned.
Everything was fine for a while, and then suddenly we all felt the plane kind of turn to the left. It was almost like taking an off-ramp, on a freeway, and you're like, wow, I didn't know a plane could do that. And the gentleman who was on the window said to me, ma'am, we've got to get out of here. And I looked at him and saw flames out the window right by him.
A passenger took this photo of the flames.
I just expected to see some kind of carnage in every other seat. I just didn't have any idea what I was going to be seeing. And it was, I can't say joyful, but it was just wonderful to see there was nothing, there was nobody hurt.
The NTSB has sent a team of 15 to investigate the accident. It was cold and windy when it occurred, but it's not known if weather was a factor. Rick Sellinger for CBS News, Denver.
President-elect Barack Obama is on vacation in Hawaii this morning. Meanwhile, his transition staff is busy with a plan to bolster the middle class. Tara Mergener is in Washington with more. Good morning, Tara.
Good morning, Michelle. Well, Mr. Obama is in Hawaii for a little downtime this week, but it is expected to be a working vacation.
The Obama transition team is focusing on the middle class. Vice President-elect Joe Biden will chair a task force to evaluate how policies may affect middle-class families.
It's designed to do the one thing that we use as a yardstick of the economic success of our administration. Is the middle class growing? 4
cabinet members and other presidential advisors will be part of the group.
Hey, how are you?
The president-elect is taking time off from work for a 12-day vacation in Hawaii. He played golf on Sunday.
But Mr. Obama may be interrupted by 2 lingering controversies: his choice to deliver the invocation at his inauguration and the investigation into Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich.
Democratic sources tell CBS News the president-elect will release an internal report as early as Monday detailing the contact between Mr. Obama's team and the governor's office. Blagojevich is facing federal charges for allegedly plotting to swap Obama's open Senate seat for cash or a job.
Because we have differences. So what?
There's also the matter of Mr. Obama's choice of Reverend Rick Warren to deliver the inauguration invocation. The first openly gay member of Congress, Representative Barney Frank, says Warren compared same-sex relationships to incest and shouldn't give the prayer.
Giving that kind of mark of approval and honor to someone who was frankly spoken in ways that I and many others have found personally very offensive, I thought that was a mistake for the president-elect to do.
Mr. Obama is not planning to make any formal announcements during his vacation.
And Mr. Obama's schedule will still include business meetings and intelligence briefings this week. Michelle, back to you.
Tara, what's entailed in this task force for middle-class families?
Well, apparently Joe Biden is going to be the working family czar. He's going to focus on a program that really hones in on more education, retirement security, and better balance between work and family. They say that will help the administration honor the commitment to the middle class. Michelle.
Tara Mergener in Washington. Thanks. Just ahead on the morning news, Toyota takes a hit in the global recession. Plus, we'll tell you why a giant King Kong is hanging around Thailand. First, Katie Kirk has a preview of this week's CBS Evening News.
When we met them earlier this year, this family had fallen on hard times and they were really struggling to survive. But now, just in time for the holidays, they're back on their feet and paying it forward. We'll have that story and more this week, only on the CBS Evening News.
The perfect last-minute gift? The Macy's gift card. Choose any amount and then get them at any Macy's store or at Macy's.com. Because you know you can count on us for the perfect gift. That's the magic of Macy's.
Attention, diabetics with Medicare.
If you're a diabetic, I have news that could change your life. USA Medical has a new and nearly pain-free way to test your blood glucose. No more painful finger pricks. This new meter allows you to test on your arm or your palm, and it's virtually pain-free. But that's not all. It talks.
Your blood glucose reading is 97.
Seeing and hearing your reading helps confirm accuracy. Best of all, USA Medical will send you one.
I made the call. USA Medical handled everything. The meter and my testing supplies showed up at the front door. Couldn't be easier.
With USA Medical, you can get all your diabetic supplies delivered to your door. They pay shipping, they work with Medicare and your doctors, and they handle the paperwork.
I don't test on my fingers anymore. I use my arm and I can barely feel it. And I love how this meter talks to me.
Your blood glucose reading is 103.
Change the way you test. Call USA Medical.
We're on a mission to cause health food cravings. So when I'm making foods for Kashi, I seek out the tastiest ingredients, like roasted almonds, honey, even chocolate. That's cocoa? It's slippery. My job is to change healthy eating from have to want to.
Kashi, 7 whole grains on a mission.
Only one store has all the toys your kids want. The most Legos, the hottest video games, plus our best deals to finish off your list. Toys R Us, where kids are a big deal.
The trial date has been announced this morning in the case of the Iraqi journalist who threw his shoes at President Bush. The trial for Muntader al-Zaidi is set to begin December 31st. He's accused of aggression against a foreign head of state during an official visit. If convicted, al-Zaidi could face up to 15 years in prison. On the CBS News Money Watch, Asian stocks were mostly lower this morning, following a painful profits outlook by Toyota. Claire Lake is in New York with more this morning. Hi, Claire.
Good morning to you, Michelle. Yes, even Toyota isn't immune to the global recession. The Japanese automaker says it will barely break even this coming year. Toyota continues to get slammed by sinking sales in the U.S. The surging yen has also battered overseas earnings. Toyota, which makes the popular Camry and the Prius hybrid, says it will only earn $500 million this year. That's only a tiny fraction of the 1.7 trillion yen it earned last year. Investors head into the holiday-shortened Christmas week, hoping for a traditional Santa Claus rally, but we have a slew of economic news due out tomorrow and Wednesday on consumer spending, home sales, and durable goods orders that aren't expected to give the markets any cheer. All are expected to show another month of significant declines. Now let's take a look at the Dow. It starts the day off 25 points. The NASDAQ begins up nearly 12. Now the one bright spot in this recession is gas prices. They are now at 5-year lows. According to the Lundberg survey, the nationwide average for a gallon of regular fell 9 cents over the past 2 weeks to $1.66. Now, it's the final countdown of one of the worst holiday shopping seasons in decades. Many retailers have slashed prices up to 70% to try to get shoppers to spend. And in a last-ditch effort, more are staying open around the clock through Christmas Eve. Macy's, LL Bean, Walmart, and H&M have added extreme hours at select locations. The International Council of Shopping Centers expects stores to ring up their worst sales in nearly 40 years. It's predicting November and December sales at stores open at least a year to slump more than 1%. Michelle?
Claire, let's talk about the banks. We see that some of them have their hands out to Washington this year, but some of the executives got million-dollar rewards last year. What's happening with all of that?
Yeah, that's right, Michelle. The 116 banks that have gotten taxpayer dollars to keep them afloat during this economic crisis, they gave their top-tier execs nearly $1.6 billion in salaries, bonuses, and other benefits in 2007. Those executives raked in an average $2.6 million in salary. Michelle?
All right. Claire Leka here in New York. Thanks, Claire. In Bangkok, Christmas decorations are a little different this year. Instead of Santa and the reindeer, that's a 60-foot inflatable King Kong climbing to the top of a hotel, and he doesn't seem to be bringing any gifts, unfortunately. All right, well, straight ahead, your Monday morning weather. And in sports, the Giants and the Panthers battle it out in overtime.
What happens when you grant a wish?
Woo! Yeah!
There's still time to find out with last-minute gifts throughout the store at Sears. Hurry in for big savings with all cordless power tools on sale. Get this powerful Craftsman C3 combo kit just $79.99. And high-tech wishes like this TomTom GPS just $99.99. Plus, save 50 to 60% on the greatest styles in men's sweaters and coats. Time runs out Wednesday. Don't just give a gift. Grant a wish. Sears.
Yes, Advil. I used to take different pain relievers for different pains. Is there a better way? Yes, Advil. Nothing works better or on more pains. Yes, Advil.
Robitussin knows one of the reasons we cough is to help clear away mucus. Robitussin DM Max has a double dose of the medicine that helps clear mucus while also controlling your cough. Robitussin DM Max, double the strength against mucus for a reason.
This is two-dimensional. But your teeth are three-dimensional. That's why the Oral-B Triumph delivers 3D cleaning action. Unlike a manual brush, our unique 3D cupping action surrounds each tooth, giving you an extraordinary clean. And it even improves gum health better than Sonicare FlexCare. Power brushes with 3D cleaning action from Oral-B.
Here's a look at the weather in some cities around the country. New York, blustery and cold, 28. Miami, 72. Chicago, only 14. Denver, only 16. Los Angeles, mostly cloudy, 59. And time now for a check on the national forecast. The latest satellite picture shows that skies are gray over much of the west. Across the plains and the Midwest, it's clear, but it's very cold. Around the shores of the eastern Great Lakes, it's a gray and very snowy morning. Later today, it'll stay very cold throughout the Northeast with more heavy snow expected across western New York. In the Midwest and plains, it'll be sunny but cold, and more snow is on the way for all mountain ranges from Colorado to California. In sports, both the New York Giants and the Tennessee Titans will have home field advantage for the NFL playoffs. The Giants and Carolina were tied as the Panthers missed a field goal in the closing seconds. Brandon Jacobs pushed his way in for the winning touchdown, and the Giants won 34-28 in overtime. Tennessee quarterback Kerry Collins threw for 1 touchdown, and the Titans scored twice more on the ground. The Titans have the best record in the league after beating Pittsburgh 31-14. Miami continues a remarkable comeback season as Chad Pennington completed 3 touchdown passes to lead the Dolphins to their 8th straight win in 9 games. Miami beat Kansas City 38-31. Atlanta's quarterback Matt Ryan fumbled into the end zone, but the Falcons recovered for a touchdown against Minnesota. Atlanta earned a wild-card playoff spot with the 24-17 victory. When we return, thousands in Massachusetts struggle in the dark after a winter wallop. And the latest from Denver on that fiery runway accident.
It was right before Christmas. I did a consultation for a guy who was legally blind. He's been living in the house so long, he knows the house in and out. So he kind of memorized the walls when he went at the TV. He also had a 3-year-old son who ran around the house who liked to play hide and go seek. Finding him sometimes was really hard because he was really short and he was quick. When we were done, we had to teach him how to use about 4 different remotes through touch. We had to count the buttons from the bottom. We got it done for him. He was really happy though. He couldn't stop thanking us. His name was Charles, actually. Charles, I wish you a Merry Christmas.
Coffee has always been a labor of love, but now there's Keurig. Keurig single cup brewers let you enjoy an individually brewed cup of gourmet coffee in under a minute. With over 200 varieties of coffees and teas from 13 leading brands, you'll always find your favorite cup. Keurig is the new way coffee gets made, like it's ground, measured, and brewed just for you. Because it is. Keurig single cup brewers. Choose, brew, enjoy.
Next, ET and Insider. Anna Nicole's grave, the new tombstone that took over a year to make, and daughter Danny Lynn's emotional visit.
I promised myself she would never forget her mother or her brother.
Haunting images in marble of Anna touching the son buried beside her. Then the latest on the Sarah Palin family scandal. Bristol Dew, her fiance's mother, arrested. Plus, oh no! Lara's pesky pooch. Can the dog whisperer help? And Christmas bloopers. Next, ET and Insider.
Starting tonight at 7 on CBS 4.
On the CBS Morning News, here's a look at today's weather. It'll be blustery and very cold across the Northeast with heavy snow over portions of western New York. Most areas of the west of the Rockies will be gray and stormy with snow for all the ski resorts. Here's another look at this morning's top stories. Winter weather blasts the upper half of the U.S. with ice and snow, strong winds, and bitter cold. Hundreds of flights have been canceled, and driving is hazardous. And the black boxes have been recovered from the wreckage of a Continental jet that veered off the runway in Denver. 38 people were injured. Firefighters say it's a miracle that all the passengers and crew survived that runway accident. Carlin Tilley of our Denver station, KCNC, has more on the investigation.
The first step is to gather evidence.
What we're here to do is to collect what we call the perishable evidence, the information that may go away with the passage of time.
That includes investigating the skid marks on the runway and talking to the people involved before they forget any important details. The pictures from Copter 4 reveal the extensive damage to the plane. The left engine is separated from the plane and the landing gear was sheared off.
So as the airplane sits out there right now, it is not resting on any landing gear at all. Its belly is fully on the ground.
The fire damage is extensive on the outside and in the cabin. How everyone was able to escape is remarkable, but the NTSB is taking a more analytical look into it.
Where people were seated, how they got out, where the fire erupted and things like that, and through that we will be able to show pretty much why the survivability was such that it was.
The investigation will look at everything from the plane's maintenance record to the flight crew training to the weather at the time of the crash.
We are just now beginning our investigation,
which means answers will be a long time coming. Carlin Tilley for CBS News.
And people in the Northeast face a cold start to the week. Across Massachusetts, freezing temperatures and heavy snow have already knocked out power to thousands. Paul Burton of our Boston station, WBZ, reports from Fitchburg.
Please put a power on.
Nashay Johnson and Raymond Finney are doing their best to keep baby Alex happy. They are one of thousands of Fitchburg residents without power.
It's very frustrating. I'm getting tired of this.
They said it wouldn't be too long, but they told us that before.
This is Fitchburg's third major storm in 2 weeks. Columbia Street has been without power for the past 10 days.
I'm cleaning my car and going home.
Harold Brown manages the American Legion Hall. Today he was open for just 3 hours.
You lose 11 days with no revenue, then you get 3 hours, and then all of a sudden you lose power again and everybody's gone. So it's very hard.
The power company has been working around the clock, but with temperatures in the teens and the wind chill below zero, residents feel no relief.
It's very, very cold. It's just, the weather is just crazy. It's like snow one day after the other. You know, it just doesn't want to stop.
You've had enough.
Yes, enough is enough now.
Those without heat are staying in the shelter.
It's freezing, and it's even cold in there. And it's not, you know, and my kids are sick. I want them, you know, to be able to sleep in their beds and stuff at home.
We have the most number of people per capita that is without power, so the situation continues to remain serious.
I think one virtue Fitchburg residents are learning tonight is patience. Many still don't know when their power will actually come back on, and as temperatures continue to drop, their patience is running thin.
Paul Burton in Fitchburg, Massachusetts for CBS News.
This morning on the early show, our Dave Price will be in Fitchburg, Massachusetts with a storm update. I'm Michelle Gielan, and this is the CBS Morning News.
Clear blue skies, the breeze on my skin, the notion of being so small. Take pleasure in the little things. Estee Lauder, pleasures.
Give her something sheer and shimmering. Estee Lauder Pleasures Eau de Parfum Spray, Body Lotion, Bath and Shower Gel, and Parfum Atomizer. Just $79.50 now at Macy's.
Some cold decongestants chose to change their formula. Claritin D chose not to change.
So I take Claritin D for my cold because nothing clears nasal congestion stronger, faster, or longer. Pumps away!
For cold congestion, ask for Claritin D at the pharmacy counter.
And live Claritin Clear.
It's the holidays at PetSmart, so come one and all. There are hundreds of gifts for pets big and pets small. Toys only at PetSmart, so special and new. They'll love the gifts. You'll love the value. Hurry to PetSmart today for your very best friend and save 30 to 50% before the holiday ends.
From all of us at CBS, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
From everyone at Ghost Whisperer.
From all of us at The Mentalist. From all of us at The Big Bang Theory.
From all of us at CSI.
From all of us at the unit.
Happy holidays. From all of us.
To all of you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays
from CBS 4.
All new.
I will yell. I don't care who's, but all of a sudden no one exists.
Courtney Cox's relationship secrets with her real-life friend, Gabby Reese. How does Courtney handle being a celebrity mom?
I'm trying to take Coco out of the car and there may be paparazzi at the school.
Then,
I think people are curious how you take care of yourself because you look good.
plus,
such a delicious 3-course meal in no time.
Next Rach.
Today at 9 on CBS 4.
Hundreds of people gathered at Arlington National Cemetery outside Washington, D.C. yesterday to mark the 20th anniversary of the bombing of Pan Am Flight 103. All 259 people on board the flight from London to New York were killed when a bomb exploded as the plane flew over Lockerbie, Scotland. The downing of Pan Am Flight 103 also killed 11 people on the ground in Lockerbie. A Libyan secret agent was convicted of placing the bomb on board the plane and jailed for life. Libya's government has paid out several $billions to the families of the victims. But some 20 years later, many people still cannot find closure. Mark Phillips reports from Lockerbie.
This is Mark Phillips in Lockerbie. For the 20th anniversary of the disaster, people here decided on a low-key tribute. This previously unremarkable town has become the site of pilgrimage ever since fate literally brought Pan Am 103 and the attention of the world down on it. In addition to those killed on the plane, 11 Lockerbie residents died that night too, and many had narrow escapes.
I was sitting and I just suddenly heard this roar.
A loud roar.
A loud roar, yeah. And then everything started shaking the house, the pictures were moving.
Maxwell Carr's house was just yards from where a major section of the plane's fuselage landed. Some of the houses in the neighborhood have been repaired, but nothing has been rebuilt where others were destroyed and families perished. Where the flattened cockpit of the plane had landed, in what became the iconic image of the disaster, animals now graze. A small chapel in a churchyard contains a book of remembrance with short tributes to the victims. But this is not a disaster buried under a memorial and well-tended gardens. There are still issues, of course, for the families of the victims, and there is still the untidy matter as to whether the right person was punished. Some have accepted the conviction of the Libyan Abdelbaset al-Megrahi for planting the bomb that blew up the plane and have taken his jailing for life as closure. Others, like Jim Swire, whose daughter Flora was among the dead, have not.
I'm well aware that what we're doing is disturbing to those who think they've found closure through the conviction of the Libyan Megrahi. I feel that I can't countenance my daughter's memory being associated with a complete fabrication, which unfortunately I think that the conviction of this man was.
Megrahi is now dying of cancer in prison and is not expected to live long enough for his next appeal to be heard. For the governments of Britain, the U.S., and Libya, the matter is closed. But for many others, it will never be over. Mark Phillips, CBS News, Lockerbie.
Well, that's the CBS Morning News for this Monday. Thanks for being here with us. We hope to see you later for the early show. I'm Michelle Gielan. Have a great day.
CBS News is very good news.
Starting this week, the world's biggest stars. Intimate, revealing, candid, exclusive interviews with this year's Kennedy Center honorees. Only on The Early Show.
Soldiers exposed to a deadly chemical say the government contractor knew and sent them anyway. Our exclusive investigation tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Celebrate the music that makes us. The Grammys, live CBS Sunday, February 8th.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Cynthia Demas. Here's what's making news right now. Breaking news out of Fort Lauderdale. Investigators are on the scene right now of a police-involved shooting. We have a crew there on the way. We're going to bring you details as soon as we get it in a live report.
I'm Lisette Gonzalez in the Storm Center. The first full day of winter, and winter has arrived full force across the rest of the nation. Not so much the case here, but it is a little bit cooler for us. I'll show you those temperatures in just a second.
Well, fill her up. The price of gas is down to a nearly 5-year low. How South Florida compares to the rest of the country.
And count them, 1, 2, 3 shopping days left until Christmas. Find out how you can get some of the best last-minute holiday deals. Sign me up.
All right, me too. CBS 4 News This Morning starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
It is 5 a.m. on Monday, December 22nd. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jim Barry, and I'm stressed out.
Why? You didn't finish shopping?
No, I haven't.
You didn't?
And I'm feeling the pressure.
Well, you got 3 days.
Only 3 days? That's it?
We're going to tell you where to get the best deals, so you're lucky you're doing the show this morning.
Okay, good. I can get out and shop.
I'm Cynthia Demas. Lisette Gonzalez is here with our first forecast. Good morning, Lisette. Are you done with your shopping?
I am done with my shopping. Woohoo! Yeah, Jim, the final stretch, just a few days. All right, good morning to all of you at home. If you are headed to the malls or the outdoor shopping centers this morning, you will need a sweater and a jacket because for us, this is chilly. We're talking about the mid to upper 60s inland, 56 in West Kendall, 65 in Fort Lauderdale right now, 65 in Miami as well. Temperatures about 10 to even 15 degrees cooler this morning due to a cold front that's sliding down across the peninsula. So chilly start for us. Mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. Cool breezy. Check it out. 73 degrees. Definitely cooler than yesterday. This evening, crisp, cool, still breezy, 65. We'll take a look at the rest of the week and let you know what the weather's looking like for Christmas and if it's gonna feel like Christmas on Christmas. All the details in your complete forecast coming up and a look at the rest of the nation and those chilly temperatures. But right now, let's check in with Mike Paxton to see what's going on with your traffic. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Lisette, and thank you very much. We do have a fatal accident under investigation. This is northbound 95 at 151st Street. This is the DOT camera. You can see traffic is getting by in both directions. That's northbound to the top of your screen there. So northbound traffic is getting by. Police still on the scene investigating a fatal accident at 151st Street. Let's take a look at the Palmetto Expressway around Milam Dairy Road, and this is where it meets the Dolphin Expressway. A smooth ride here. However, further south on the Palmetto, we do have one lane blocked due to construction. This is from about Miller Road down to Sunset Drive. They'll be picking up the barricades by 6. And a couple of accidents